Good evening, everyone. I just want to take a few minutes to talk to you guys about the phrase only begotten Son. We hear that phrase in a verse that we all memorize by our heart, and a lot of us knows very well, John 3:16. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish, but have everlasting life. We all know this verse. We know it by heart. We hear it all the time in the football game. And everywhere we go, we hear this verse. I want to just take a moment and look at the first part of this verse. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son. So hopefully in this teaching, I can give you a deeper understanding on the phrase only begotten Son. When we look at the phrase only begotten Son, it's translated from a Greek word monogenes, which literally means only, one and only begotten. Now let's go deeper in the word monogenes. So there is two meanings in the word monogenes in the Greek English. The first meaning is pertaining to being the only one of its kind with specific relationship. This meaning of the word monogene is used in Hebrew 11:17. When Isaac is referred to Abraham as the only begotten son. But see, we know Abraham had more than just Isaac. He also had Ishmael. So how Isaac is referred to the only begotten son? The answer is that Isaac was the only son to Abraham and Sarah, and the only son of a covenant that was between God and Sarah and Abraham. Now the second meaning of monogenes that applies to the John 3:16 that we just our opening verse. It's pertaining to being the only one of its kind or class, unique in kind. And you can see this in John 1:14. And the Word became flesh and dwelt among us, and he beheld his glory, the glory as the only begotten of all the Father, full of grace and truth. And in that verse, you can find this use of this meaning, besides John 3:16, is First John 1:14, or 4:9, I mean, 1 John 4:9, my bad, which read, "In this the love of God was manifested toward us, that God has sent his only begotten Son into the world, that we might live through him." But John was primarily concerned in demonstrating that Jesus is the Son of God. And we can find this in John 20:31. But these are written that you may believe that Jesus is the Christ, the Son of God, and that believing you may have life in his name. He used monogenes to highlight Jesus as uniquely God's Son. Jesus is God's one and only Son. So, the question that I have thought of a lot, and a lot of you probably have too, is why God was willing to give his only begotten Son to the world? The answer to that is simple. Because Abraham, a father of faith, was willing and faithfully to sacrifice Isaac, his only begotten son, to his Lord God. See, God is willing to move and give to us when we are willing and faithfully to give and move towards Him. So, as I know this is a very short video, and I hope you learn something and you receive a new revelation about John 3:16. So I thank you for watching. Just want to shout out to say, love you all.